Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of Ted Lasso. This is season 3, episode 3. Last episode, we got Zava. We got him. We got him. I don't know who he is or how good he is at football, but he's apparently real good. And so it's exciting that the team has him now. Either way, it's going to be an event, him coming, and we're going to see how the team adjusts. So, before we jump into this episode, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me and it helps my channel grow a lot. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. That would mean the world. But otherwise, let's jump into another episode of Ted Lasso. Colin! Whose house are you at?
Morning. Made you some coffee.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. New twist. Didn't know Colin was gay.
So you don't know anything about football? Oh, I don't. But I know who Zava is.
Good for you, Colin. Good for you.
I am a strong and capable man.
You are a strong and capable man. Are you afraid of driving? Not very good at driving.
You put Zava up front, either Jamie or Danny's going to have to drop back to midfield.
So who do we think will take the news better? Danny or Jamie? Danny.
Can't just watch. We gotta make this fella part of the team.
Coaching a
That's a
superstar
good
can't be
thing.
all. How do you solve a problem like Maria? Although, if you ask me, the Nazis were the real problem in that story. Am I right, Coach?
Yeah, come on, Mother Superior. Let's have a little perspective.
A little perspective, come on.
All right, we got to do it. All-time favorite Julie Andrews character. Go.
Fucking Maria.
Resolute as always, Coach. What do you got?
Eliza Doolittle.
Professor Higgins.
Come on, you Poppins.
Same. I'm right there with you. Trent, do you have one? You don't have to. You got one?
Clarice Rinaldi, Queen of Genovia.
That's the one. That's the one. Princess Diaries.
Yeah, Princess Diaries.
Hell yeah.
Deep cut.
Absolutely. It's not a
Dang.
deep cut. Princess Diaries is goated.
I slept in Zava boots. I made love for the first time to Zava boots.
Two Zava boots?
In Zava boots.
No.
The way Zava moves on the pitch, like a panther. So sexy, huh?
Sound a bit gay, bro.
Well, I do.
Hey, come on.
Okay, you guys have convinced me. I'll have sex with Zava.
Hey, what's up, man? What the fuck is this?
Is Colin's gayness a secret to the rest of the team? I feel like in season 1 we saw him sleeping with multiple women.
Maybe we can try and cheer them up somehow?
Do you want me to take my shirt off and run across the pitch?
Yes.
You must be Shandy.
Shandy's shadowing me for the day to get the hang of things, you know?
But we wouldn't mind your suggestion.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, keep your shirt on. All right, cool.
Or not.
Right, I'm calling it. We're going to go upstairs and figure out what we do next. Leslie, I want you to talk to the crowd and tell them something.
Who is the greatest actor alive? Or was before he retired?
Daniel Day-Lewis, yeah.
Oh, you said alive? Jackie Chan. Wait, you said retired? Daniel Day-Lewis.
Exactly. When he gets in character, he stays in character and everyone else adapts
What
to
if
him.
Zava's chilling in the owner's box because he's that pretentious?
But he's definitely a self-absorbed prick.
Your desk is covered in biscuit crumbs.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
My leader, I am an empty vessel filled with gold.
It contradicts itself.
Mold me.
Well, hey, if you score goals like you talk, we're going to be just fine, buddy.
Wow, this is very intimate.
Thank you very much.
He's like a cult religious figure.
He's like an angel. I know you're downgrading him.
What?
He's clearly a god.
Why are you downgrading him?
My brothers. Breathe with me.
Yeah. Yeah, let's breathe together. Ran out of breath. He's got good lung control.
We are now one.
Oh, the title of this episode is 451. He's gonna change the way they play to 1 up top, 5 in the middle, and 4 in the back. Everyone else can do whatever the heck they want. He's gonna be the lone striker.
The dark soul of one man just disconnected you from your own.
How do you know these things?
Well, I speak to your mother once a month for the last 6 years.
Also, I'm a psychic.
It smells very odd in here all of a sudden. Thank you.
Did she fart?
Oh, I can see something. It's in your hand, an object. It's very special. It's a green matchbook. Oh, yeah, shite in nining armor.
The shite in nining armor.
And you're drenched, and you're safe.
Okay.
What the heck?
That's enough.
Is she gonna get caught on a boat?
You will have a family.
Oh, rad.
Sorry, what did you just say?
You're going to be a mother.
Fuck you. And you're fucking cruel.
What if this psychic is the real deal, though?
I'll interview you.
No, not
Why'd
you.
you dump my friend?
You're fun. Who the fuck is this?
This is Shanti. We work together.
Why? You used to eat your own hair, right?
Yeah. I did.
That's weird. Oh, they don't like each other.
I know we're all excited that Zava's there. Yeah, I get that, but I know a lot of players like him, and they're all just self-absorbed glory hunters who only care about themselves.
Ironic.
Jamie, don't you think that coming from you, that's a little bit ironic?
Just a little bit. A little
The
bit.
point is, we don't need this guy. You know, I think we've got a good thing going there, and he's already fucking it all up. Oh, and I weren't being ironic. I was being hypocritical.
Both, kinda.
Yes or no? Yes. So that was actually ironic. Well, knock him down.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay, Zava.
Zava.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to hit the gong or something?
What's up with that shit?
No.
Like a bird. Yeah.
I am ready.
Okay.
Come put your hand in this here circle.
All right. Okay, Captain. Why don't you go ahead and look at... Oh.
That works.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, okay. Don't ever wash that hand.
Henry, we gotta go! And don't forget your shin guards!
Okay.
Thanks again for driving.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello. You've reached the house of Michelle Keller, who, by the way, is doing amazing things with orange slices these days. You're gonna be amazed. It's really spectacular. How can I help you? Hello? Hello?
Ted! Yeah, who is this?
This is Jacob Bryanson.
Dr. Jacob?
Yeah, Ted, you can just call me Jake.
Dr. Jacob.
Sorry. Can we chat when we both have more time? There's a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, no, of course.
Why does he know this guy's full name? Was he like their marriage counselor or something? Well, confirmation that his wife is fully moving on. What if he just scored immediately? Wow.
My word, he's done it! Yeah, he might be pretty good. All right.
You might be pretty good. Danny, it's time to get off, Danny. On the whiteboard, just written,
The corner comes in, and it's that man again! Zava with the towering header!
Dang. They just, keep working their way up.
Rojas finds Tom, still seeking his first goal of the season. Is this the moment? No!
Zava! That was Jamie's goal.
I've got a job!
Wow! Everything's coming up Zava. Oh, and he's got a girl. Or maybe just a chef.
Thank you. I mean, the whole thing's
Could be
crazy, you know? He was supposed to be helping us get back together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so his ex is now dating their marriage therapist. That's kind of scummy. A bicycle kick.
Zava with a godlike bicycle kick in injury time. A Zava hat-trick, bringing their first ever victory in the theatre of dreams.
Is a tattoo of himself doing this.
Fuck it.
Wow. Ah, hooray. It's just trying to copy him.
Sam, is Zava coming? I made him a friendship bracelet.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well, if it isn't Beauty and the Steam.
Get out, Sammy! Oh my God!
We love a sassy sighting.
You're such a twat.
Oi, what can I get you to drink?
Why?
Is Ted here?
Told you.
Man, y'all's baggage just matches right up, don't it?
It's so weird.
What the fuck do you want?
He's been in your exact spot.
You thought I was the best?
Yeah. I mean, you still could be if you weren't such a prima donna.
Just call me a prima donna.
You're not a post-Madonna.
And right now, all you got to do is try and keep up with it.
Fuck that. I don't want to just keep up with him. I want to be better than him.
Gotta work harder.
I could train you.
Ow.
But only if you fucking mean it.
Yeah. I do mean it.
We start tomorrow, 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Clean that up.
Sorry about this.
Rebecca. He's half your age, Rebecca. I think it is best to find a new man.
There are better things ahead than any we leave behind.
Oh.
Interesting. He probably tweeted about this restaurant.
How you going?
I'm doing all right. Yeah. Well, my ex-wife's dating our ex-marriage counselor, so, that's new.
Wow. That's borderline unethical.
Yeah, it is. It is.
A little something to commemorate the evening and to remind you to come back again and again.
A green matchbox. Oh no. Oh no.
So chic.
The prophetic vision.
You okay?
Maybe this lady is a psychic.
Fingers crossed, everybody knows. Everybody knows the good guys lost.
Trent.
The poor stay poor.
Keep that a secret, Trent.
That's how it goes.
Oh. Okay, so apparently, having Zava on the team is great. He's a freaking incredible player. He's a one-man team, essentially. He does everything himself. He scores all the goals. He's like Messi. Every single goal they score is just him. But Jamie is not thrilled about it. Jamie recognizes that he is a prima donna, not a post-Madonna or a current-age Madonna. But he's a prima donna. Just love the differentiation there. But he recognizes it, and the moment when he's being hypocritical, and he tells the coaches, like, I know who this guy is. He only cares about himself. And I'm like, bit ironic. And then they say it's ironic, and then he's like, actually, I'm being hypocritical. It's like, okay. Jamie is becoming a more intelligent individual. Like, he knows things, which is weird. What other big stories happened in this episode? We had a lot of people pining for their exes a little bit, or at least being sad. We had Roy and Keely kind of longing towards each other on separate occasions without the other person really noticing. We got to address their breakup, right? There has to be a good reason for why it happened, and we need to get them back together because they're perfect for each other. Another thing, Ted, his ex-wife, is now dating their marriage counselor. And I very much agree with Sassy when she says that's borderline unethical. That's really unethical. Because, he knows the exact right... Well, okay, for one, if I remember correctly, it's not just their marriage counselor, but this is the counselor that his wife was seeing already. That's why he didn't like the marriage counseling, is because they had a previous established connection. So she saw this counselor for a long while before they did marriage counseling together. And then she did marriage counseling with him, and then ended things with Ted, and then is now dating the marriage counselor. That feels scummy both on his ex's side, but really scummy from the counselor's side, because he knows all the buttons, all the right buttons to push and which buttons not to push. He has he's come preloaded with extensive research on how to have a successful relationship with this woman. And it also, it weirdly feels, I don't want to say it feels like she's cheating on Ted, because they're divorced. But it almost makes it feel like her relationship with this therapist dates back to when they were together, even though that was technically from a professional standpoint. Weirdly, it makes it feel, because it transitioned so seamlessly from a client relationship to a dating relationship, it very much makes it feel a little bit like she started dating this man while she was married to Ted, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's making sense to anyone else, but it's making sense to me. Like, it makes it feel like the relationship started far beyond when her and Ted separated. And it just, like, continued. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's right to put that on her, but it does make her look kind of shitty. And it definitely makes the therapist look shitty, because that's a huge breach in ethics. From a, you don't have those. I mean, you can have a relationship outside of therapy. Like, that you're able to do that, I guess. Like, you could be friends with your therapist. But I feel like even a good therapist, if they were friends with someone, they would probably be like, hey, you should probably see a different therapist, because it's not good to mix these two worlds. Because that person has just all the knowledge in the world of how to manipulate you. And it's just like, I don't know, it just seems scummy from both the therapist and his ex-wife. And I understand how Ted is freaking out, right? Because, like, not only, I mean, it's one thing to have your ex, it's one thing to, like, get a divorce and you kind of assume, your ex doesn't love you, they'll probably move on, they might love someone else. But when it actually happens, it's probably a daunting experience, right? Like, that's probably bad enough on its own, right? We had last episode when he was like, when his kid was like, oh, Jake, mommy's new friend, and Ted was understandably bummed, right? But now, knowing that it's the therapist, again, it probably feels to Ted as though this was a thing that was brewing before their marriage ended, and that this man might be the cause. So Ted probably feels extra betrayed right now, which is a bummer. Rebecca, she saw not a therapist or a psychiatrist, what's a psychic? That's the word I'm looking for. And she tells her she's gonna have a green matchbook, and she said a couple other things. There's thunder and lightning, underwater, and then she's gonna have a family. Who knows if all that's true? That would be a wild thing if, like, canonically in this show, like, psychics were just real. Like, this lady actually is a psychic and not some, like, faker or a charlatan. Like, she's legit just a psychic. That would be kind of wild. And Rebecca is very much like, no, F that, F you. Like, it's cruel to say that I'm going to have a family, because that's what she's most desired. But now at Sam's restaurant, she gets a green matchbook, and it's like, okay, maybe she's going to go see this psychic again. And we'll see what happens. We'll see how that develops. I'm very curious. And then Roy is going to start training Jamie, extra training outside of the club, to be better than Zava. That's going to be a very interesting development. I wonder, because Jamie's also becoming a better person. Like, if Jamie can be better than Zava from a skill level, but also be a decent person, that might be, like, the biggest positive development of any player on the team, right? Like, from a character growth perspective, right? Like, starting as, like, the star player who's a shitty guy to becoming an even better star player who's a decent guy. Like, that would be kind of wild. One thing to keep an eye on is Colin. Colin is gay. That was confirmed this episode. I don't think we knew about that before. I feel like in season 1, maybe season 2, we saw clips. It was either Colin or the French guy, but we saw, like, clips of one of the two of them in bed with multiple women, and I think it was Colin. So maybe he's bi, who knows? Or he's straight up just like all the way gay and those women were a cover. I don't know. But he and his I don't know if they're partners, or him and his current lover are in an agreement to keep it secret. You know, that is a big thing. That's a big thing currently, like in the NHL, is, you know, the issue of gay players in the locker room. Like, how do people feel about that? You know, the NHL is currently going through this huge PR disaster with the Pride jerseys this season, where, you know, teams will have a Pride night, like an LGBT Pride night. And for warm-ups, they will wear, you know, rainbow-themed jerseys and then either sell them off on auction or give them away or do something with them. And there's a whole controversy of either select players or whole teams deciding not to wear that. And the message that sends to LGBT people who want to play that sport. Like if you're coming up through the ranks in hockey and you're gay and you see teams and players actively being like, hey, I don't want to represent that, what does that tell you as a player? Because the message that the teams and players who are wearing it are trying to tell people is you are welcome in this sport. Like, hockey is for everyone. You are able to come and play. Like, you being gay has no impact on whether or not you can play hockey or whether or not you're welcome in this locker room. And that's kind of been a thing in sports, right? Like sports has always been a thing where, as far as we know, as far as has been presented publicly, there are not many gay professional athletes. There's probably a lot more than we realize, but like Colin, they are afraid to come out publicly and say that because of the potential backlash that they would face both publicly but also within the locker room. Like, we saw it a little bit earlier when even Isaac was like, that's pretty gay, man. And Colin frames it as a joke. And when he's like, oh yeah, you got me, I'll have sex with Zava. And it's like, they frame it as like a lighthearted joke, but like, it probably actually hurt Colin to hear that, right? Like, he, as much as he loves his teammates, it probably sucks to have them, you know, offhandedly make a joke about it, if that makes sense. So that's a development to keep an eye on. Trent saw them making out. I think at this point Trent is a respectable enough guy. Like he's shown himself so far to be respectable enough to not say anything, right? Like, I feel like if he was gonna write that in his book, he would ask permission. If that makes it, like he seems like a decent enough guy now. He's grown since season 1, and he's become a better person and a closer friend to the team, that I think he would be willing to keep that a secret. Like, he's not a regular reporter anymore either. Like, he's not just gonna be like, hey, sources tell me that there's a gay player in the locker room. Like, he might keep that a secret. I don't know. I don't know if we can 100% trust that he'll do that, but I hope he does. Otherwise, that is a thing to keep an eye on. That's going to be a storyline that will come out eventually, and I hope that his teammates respond positively, because that would be a total bummer if they didn't. What else? I don't know. Yeah, a lot of focus on Ted's relationship this episode. I'm glad that they brought Sassy back in another episode, because I really like her, and I honestly wouldn't mind seeing her and Ted together. Like, if her and Ted started dating, wouldn't mind that at all. If Ted and Rebecca started dating, I also wouldn't mind that. But I think they're more platonic friends, and I'm okay with that. But if him and Sassy started dating, I wouldn't hate it. I think she's great. Next week is called Big Week, and they are gearing up to play West Ham. So that's very interesting. That is going to be a big match, a big match. And I am looking forward to it. But I think that's all I got to say about this one. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys thought. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me, helps my channel grow a lot. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the absolute world. That's linked in the description down below. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.